Hi everyone, I'm Sandy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fabulous gluten-free chocolate chip cookie. The holidays are coming up and everybody needs to be able to have a good cookie recipe or one you can take with you if you're going to a party or a gathering or a dinner, so you know you can have a dessert also. So let's just get started. What you're going to need is 100 grams of butter melted and cold. Now I already did that so the butter is cold and we don't take up so much time. So you're going to put your butter. You don't have to use a stand mixer if you don't have one. You can just use a regular hand mixer. And then you're going to take your scale. Very important to have a scale to measure in grams when you're baking gluten-free. And at the end of this video, I will show you why. So just put your dish on there, zero it out, and you want 120 grams of brown sugar. And you want to be smack on. Okay, so there's your brown sugar. And then you want to have 70 grams of regular white sugar. I use unrefined, so it's a little brownish looking. It's really easy to get over. Oh, there we go. Now you're just gonna, blend this up. If you want, you can also use a big whisk that comes with your mixer. I'm going to do that for just like a couple more, well, not a couple minutes, but just a little bit longer. There is, you're going to add 1 large egg. Now, my eggs are a little bit on the small side because these are from my chickens and they're very young chickens. So I am actually going to use 2. So you judge it on what the size of your egg is. Add that. And then you're going to add 1 egg yolk. So do your separation. And you want to add a teaspoon of vanilla. These are absolutely the best chocolate chip cookies that are gluten-free that I have ever eaten. So you're just going to mix that. Now what I'm going to do so you can see it is I am just going to put everything in my bowl. Normally I would just keep it in there, but for demonstration I think you need to see it. Not like it's anything different than making regular chocolate chip cookies. Okay. So now to that, we are going to add our flour. which is 220 grams. Now, if your flour already has xanthan gum in it, then you admit the xanthan gum. If you don't have it in it, then you need to add a half a teaspoon. So zero this out, and it's 220 grams of flour. You can use any all-purpose gluten-free flour. I prefer King Arthur or Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1, but if you make your own, that's fine. Pillsbury makes one. So there's a lot of gluten-free flours out there, but I really trust and I really like the results of King Arthur and Bob's Red Mill. Now my bowl's a little small. I forgot to bring one over, so I'll do it in 2 different batches. So there's 100 grams. Yep. I know you think adding this just little drop here and there, like what's the big deal? It is a big deal, and I'll show you at the end of the video. Because actually what I did was I took the measurements, because the recipe also comes in if you're just going to use cups or if you're using grams. And I did a batch with just measuring like in a measuring cup. So you will see the difference. Now to this you want to add a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt. I just used pink Himalayan. And just mix it around. Your brown sugar can be either light or it can be dark, whatever your preference is or whatever you have on hand. I just happen to have dark, so that's what I used. As you can see, I forgot my big wooden spoon, so I'll just use this stiff spatula. Okay, so everything is mixed together. And you want to add your chips. Now, the batch I did where I just measured from a measuring cup, I used peanut butter and I used chocolate chips. So I guess I will do the same with this also. And it is one, you don't have to weigh these out in grams, it's 1/3 of a cup. You could use white chocolate chips, you could use butterscotch, you know, it's entirely up to you what you want in your cookie. Just incorporate this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put like some plastic wrap on it, and then you're going to stick this in the refrigerator for an hour to chill. And then when that is ready, we'll take them out, put them on the cookie sheet because there's a specific way to do it. And we'll bake them and you'll have a great cookie. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Our dough has chilled. And in the meantime, while the dough is chilling, you can get your table cleared off, you can get your dishes done. And what I did in that meantime was I did bake some that I already had pre-chilled because I wanted to show you the difference in the cookies. But first I'll show you, you have your cookie sheet, line it with a piece of parchment paper. You want, if you have, this came with my measuring cups, like a cheap set at Walmart. It's a 2 tablespoons. So what you're going to do is you want 2 tablespoons. This recipe will make about 16 cookies, maybe 17. So I would make a double batch because they go really fast. You want to space these. You only want to put about 6 cookies on a cookie sheet because they will spread out. You want to preheat your oven to 350, and these will bake total time 12 to 15 minutes. And I think I'm going to get 17 out of here, but these I will pop in the oven after the video is over. So here's what I want to show you, the difference. These cookies here, as you can see, whoops, are more rounded, they're more cakey. This cookie is the same recipe, but I used standard measurements. I used cups. These cookies are flat. These cookies are chewier, and these are more of a cake. So if you want to make them and you like them kind of cakey, then your recipe will be 3/4 plus 1 tablespoon of melted butter, a 1/2 cup plus 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup plus 1.5 tablespoons of white sugar, and 1 3/4 cups plus 1 1/2 tablespoons of your flour. So that's the difference. The rest of the measurements are the same. Now the difference here also is, and I have to show you here, when your cookies are baking and they've been in the oven roughly maybe 6 minutes, you need to let them cook a little bit before you do this. You want to take it out. You want to use your countertop or your table to get them out of the oven. You want to take it and you want to do this 5 to 7 times. I basically hold it like this, of course with mitts on, and I drop it. And I do that 5 to 7 times. And what that's doing is it's spreading these cookies out. And you're going to get crunchy around the edges and chewy and kind of gooey in the middle. Now, you can do this 2-3 times throughout the baking session. These I did twice. I did it at 6 minutes and then I took it out and I did it like, must have been like around 9 minutes. So that is the difference in the cookies. By no means one is a better cookie than the other. I prefer the flatter, crispier, chewier compared to the cake. Now my husband, he'll like the cake ones better, but that's entirely up to you. You do not have to use the gram measurement. I think it makes a better cookie than just kind of willy-nilly and, oh yeah, wow, this is a 1/2 cup. But how do you know if it's really a 1/2 cup? If you're calling for 80 grams, maybe your cup, because it's heaped over a little bit, or you packed it tighter, is 90 grams. So it kind of throws your recipe off. So if you can, stick by grams. I think you will have a better cookie. So here's your cookie for the holidays. You can, like I said before, you can put in whatever kind of chips you want. You can use dark chocolate. Oh, and another thing. You can put, when you take them out and you do your pounding while you're tapping, you then can put some grated chocolate or some chocolate chunks on the top and let them finish baking. And then when they come out, on this cookie, it really tastes good, is if you put some coarse grain salt. I always keep like this kind of jar, just in case I need coarse grain salt. So that makes a good cookie also. But that's up to you. I hope you bake them. Give them a try and enjoy. They are really, really good.